In this video, we will create SSRS report using manual way. So for this, we need to open Visual Studio 2022 and then we need to click continue without code. Click file, new and new project. And here we have multiple projects available. So search here report and you will see here report server project. So it will create an empty report server project. So click the second option, next, and from now on we will create a project, and this project will have multiple reports, different types of reports that we will create in this course, right? So I will write this project name SSRS reports. This is the name of the project. So and this option place solution and project in the same directory. So if you want to put this solution and the projects in the same directory, then you can choose this option. So let's try to click create, and we can also choose location here. So for example, we can click um, dummy project. So and here we can create a new folder, reports, this one, right? So select folder, and then we click the place solution and project in the same directory, this one, create. Okay, so the first step is create a shared data source. Right click, add new data source, and the name of the data source is SSRS, like a data source DS. You can write any name, and here we have to click build. The server name, it is retrieving the servers from the list. We have two instances of SQL Server, so I will choose the first one, and you can choose according to your instances available, this one. And the authentication is Windows authentication. Create connect to a database. So I will choose the first one, 2012, and test connection. Connection is succeeded. Click OK. Click OK. Right. So the data source has been created. The name of the data source is SSRS DS. And now we need to create a report item. So right click, and there are two options available, add new report, and the second one is the add new item. So if I click the first option, add new report, it will start the report wizard. So we have to create a report using a manual way. So we will go for the next second option, add new item, and we have multiple items available here. So click the first one, report, and here you can write the name of the report. So in this report, we will try to fetch the different products from the AdventureWorks database. So I will write here product report. So this is the name of the report, right? Click add. So here you can see we have a product report, but there are no report items available. So first of all, we need a data set. Click dataset, add dataset, and again we have two options, the shared dataset and use a dataset embedded in my report. So we don't have any shared dataset, so we will create the first one. So we need to, before creating a dataset, we need a data source, right? So click new, and we again have two options, the embedded connection, the second one is the use shared data source reference. So we'll select the second option, and here you can see we have SSRS DS that we have created in the last step. SSRS DS, click OK and click OK. So here you can see we have one data set. The name of the data set is dataset 1, but there are no fields available because we haven't write any query here. So let's try to write a query. We need to go to the SQL Server Management Studio. So we have to click New Query, and here you can see we have different tables available. So let's go for the dim product table, and here you can see multiple columns, right? So we will pick couple of fields. So select asterisk from um, what is the name of the table is. So we have to change the database. So database should be AdventureWorks DW 2022, and it's a dim products, this one, right? So let's try to execute, and here you can see we have multiple columns available here, and but we need some of the columns. So let's write the first column is for example English product name, and the second one can be color, and the third one will be price, list price, right? So click execute, and here you can see we have list of prices. So let's write one more condition here, where list price is not null, right? So click execute, and here you can see we have English product name, color, and list price. So copy this query and go to the product report, double click the dataset 1, and it will open the dataset properties, and here we have to write the query here. So paste the query and click OK. So unable to connect to the data source SSRS DS. So the detail is you have specified integrated security. Okay. Just a minute. Dataset, and so first of all we need to go to the data source, build, and here you can see we have mistakenly we have selected the authentication type to the SQL Server authentication. So we have to click Windows authentication, right? Click OK and click OK, right? So again, double click the dataset 1 and click here, refresh fields is done. So no error, click OK. So here you can see we have a dataset 1 which with 3 fields: English, product, color, and list price.